Hi everyone. Today I'm going to do Kylie Coo's Use It or Lose It. I think it's week 7. Is it week 7? It's the tags one anyway. I'll put it whichever it is in the description. Now Kylie used loo rolls, and at the time I'd started this last week. I only had 2 loo rolls because I'd collected actually quite a pile of them. And then I was getting the rubbish ready for the dustbin men and thought, am I going to use those for anything else? And I thought, no, I won't. So I binned them all, put them all in the recycling bin. And then, of course, you know, typical, isn't it? Sod's law, I needed them for Kylie's project. So I'm having to use cereal box. So I've cut mine out as per Kylie's instructions. And I'll leave the link to Kylie's video before. But she's doing one that's sort of completely glued like this. Then she's doing one that's a library card. I'm doing this one as well because I stupidly, on the first piece, I put the punch out. I just did that with my hole punch. I did it in the back by mistake, so I've had to cut mine down. So I've got a tall one and a short one, so I'm actually doing 4. And then she's got one where she cut it in half and then glues half of it down. So that's my 3rd one. And then I've used my X-cut corner chomper just to round off all the edges. I've put score tape on mine already. I don't know whether that was the right thing to do because I need to paint these now. I'm only going to paint this bit here because, of course, that will be glued down and so on and so forth. And because of the inside of the cereal box being shiny, in fact, it's the outside, it's the inside of my tag being shiny, I've sanded it down with some sandpaper. So I'm going to go off and paint this. And as soon as I've done that, I'll come back. Okay, so my tags are now painted, and I've painted them around the edges, punched my holes. So that's what I'm left with. I've also taken the corners off this one here that was just glued flat, as Kylie had made hers into sort of like a luggage tag style. I've got my pocket, whoops daisy, in this one here, and in the one that's the right size. This of course was the one that in fact that's the short one where I'd punched the hole in the back by mistake and had to chop it off. So I have decided to pull out, I'm going for a purple theme again, as I did with my tin. And in fact, I was going to use the same paper pack that I used for my tin. And I thought, no, let's use some of the salad spinner pages. And I've also dug out some of my little flowers that I've made. Some of these are marbled paper, some of them are just drop papers, but I thought the colours went really well. So that's what I'm going to be using. And then I've got some pretty ribbons as well in purples that I can use too. So I'm going to go away and have a dabble, cut out some pieces of paper, and then I shall come back and you can watch me assemble it. So I just want to show you how I'm cutting these to minimise the waste. I first of all put, I'm going to have 2 little pockets on this one here. So I'm laying my first piece of paper on like that. And then I'm layering my second piece of paper roughly where I want it, like that. And then I'm just going to turn the tag over. Let me just make sure that I've got enough on the edge here. And I'm just going to cut around the edge of my tag like this. And then I should end up with pieces that are the perfect size to glue in place. I'm going to do this off camera though, because I'm twisting it so that I can see what I'm doing. Louis come to say hello. Say hello, Louis. I've just been cutting out my paper here, and he's suddenly appeared, so I'm going to put him down and then I'll come back. Right, okay, so I cut the bits and pieces for the first tag. So I'm doing a front and back, so I've cut pieces for the back as well, and I inked around the edges with black jet black archival ink. And again, I know that I say this every time, but I can't stress what a difference it makes when you ink around the edges. It just finishes everything off and just makes it look so much nicer. And then I've decided on this little flower embellishment here because I think it picks up the green there, and I've inked around the edges of that too. And I'm just going to glue this on. I've in fact, I'm not going to glue it. I've put red score tape around the edges again. So I'm going to glue this together, and as soon as I've done that, I'll come and show you what it looks like. Here we go. Here's my finished tags. I'm so pleased with these. I think they're really pretty. Right, this is the one that you saw me cut the pieces of paper out for yesterday. And I used the 5mm score tape to add to the back of the decorative papers. And then I glued the taller piece down first and then put the shorter one on top. I've decorated it with a piece of ribbon on the back. If you can hear purring, by the way, in fact, you might see the odd paw. Nelson's sitting on my lap. No, come on, stay there. There's a good boy. And then I put one of my decorative flowers on the front. Oh gosh, we might see Louis again in a minute. He's just come bounding through the cat flap. And then I decided that I would use some of the leftover papers that I decorated my tin with. So I just cut them into little pieces, little shapes, and I've inked around the edges again. And I just think those make the little tags look pretty. Of course, they can be used as little journaling spots. I don't know. I mean, what am I going to do with these? I really don't know, but they look good, don't they? And then this is the library tag style, library card style one. This is the one that I made a mistake on, where I punched I don't know whether you can see the hole here that I used my circle punch to cut the dip out of. I put it in the back on this one by mistake, and rather than throw it away, I just cut it down. So that's why this one here is shorter than this one. But I've done exactly the same thing. Put decorative papers front and back. This is the front, and again I filled it with little offcuts of paper. That's just a piece of spin art. That one's got a flower on the front. This one, the pocket is to the side, and I just think that's really cute. And then again, I've put a piece of decorative ribbon. I've inked around the edges of all the embellishments because, as I said earlier, I just think it looks so much nicer this way. And again, I've used my white Posca paint pen to add some doodles and decoration around the edge. That's the full-size library tag. There we go, front and back, and this one's got a pocket on the side pocket, and which again I've decorated with a piece of ribbon. And then finally, this is the one that I'd cut in half. So part of it, the top half was glued down, and then a little pocket at the back here. So there we go, and I put a little offcut of the mop-up paper from my salad spinning art on the front, and then it's got a decorative flower and some more leftover scraps on the back, and more polka dot Posca pen doodling, and that's it. And I know that some of you will say, well, they're really pretty, Nina, but what are you going to do with them? Well, for one, I think these make really nice gifts to give away in Happy Mail, but I've actually I'm one step ahead of the game for a change. I've been playing with my circle journal again, and I've made some pockets front and back. I cut out more strips of the mop-up papers. These were when I was doing the salad spinning. It leaves some residue in the bottom of the spinner, and if you're careful with the colours that you use, before you end up with mud, I used a circle sponge to mop up the pages off on cardstock, and I just stamped with the different colours. I sort of added green as the base layer to this one, and then I've added blue and purple on top. This one here I've started off with purple and I've added blue. So I've just kept cleaning my salad spinner out as I've gone along, and I've made some really pretty papers. And then I've used some of the decorative duct tape that I used to create the spine, just to strengthen the top of the paper, because of course this is only cardstock, so by adding duct tape it will give it a bit of strength. And now, because of course all of my tags are decorated in the same papers that I used to create from the salad spinner, I just thought they'd look really nice inside these pockets. So there you go, that's what I'm doing with mine. I mean, whether I shall journal on them or what I will end up doing, I have no idea. I don't know what I'm going to do with these papers either, because they are just so pretty that I don't think I can bear to cover them with anything. I just think it's going to end up being one of those books that is just very, very pretty to look at. We shall see. I might keep adding things to it, like the pockets here. So yeah, watch this space. Anyway, I hope you liked that. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm going to leave a link to Kylie's video because, of course, she gives in all the instructions of how to cut the tags. I followed Kylie's instructions to the T. The only difference was that I used cardboard cereal box, whereas Kylie used loo rolls. I'm also going to leave a link to Mr. Victor Crafter, has been following along with this Junk Use It or Lose It tag event, as has Crafting Vicky and Julie Olivia's Craft Boutique. Anyway, take care everyone, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.